All right. Hello, everybody. Today, you are starting your social issues project, and you are going to have to try and find a cause, an injustice, or some sort of thing that you would like to address and argue about and take a side on. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, the first thing we do is look at number one. It says using Gale opposing viewpoints in the portal. What cause or injustice do I want to address in my essay? Okay, well, we're going to come over here to our portal, and we're going to go to, well, I'm going to delete some things first. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to go to Gale. So we're going to click on this. This should be in your portal too. Click on this. It'll pop up, and you should see a bunch of options. But ultimately, what you're looking for is Gale in context opposing viewpoints. So you'll click on this. Now, when it comes up, you'll have a lot of options here. There's mostly current events. A lot of them have to do with things that are in the news now, thus they're current events. But the easiest thing to do is hit Browse Issues. So click on this. And then here is every single issue, cause, injustice that's going on in the world right now. So I have decided that I'm going to do my research over copyright infringement. So I'll click on that. And when it comes up, you're going to see a lot of things, right? There's a lot of stuff here. So it says copyright infringement. It has this big article where if you click on it, it'll come up and it'll be this whole thing. It takes you through what copyright infringement is, gives you the bibliography here at the end, all of this stuff, which we'll cover in a later video. But here's a lot of stuff you can read. Now, going back to the main page, the other thing you need to remember is there are a whole lot of other things on this page other than this first article, which is where I find a lot of students get stuck. There are viewpoints. There are 5 featured viewpoints. These are always very helpful, no matter what side you're on of the issue. There's news stories, academic journals. There's reference materials, infographics, audio, websites, videos, magazines, statistics. It's all important. And the more information you collect from this area, the better your paper is going to be. But for now, the only thing we need is what we have decided to choose for our injustice or cause. So I have decided to write about copyright infringement. Okay, and what side am I taking? Well, some of you are going, what is copyright infringement and why are you so into it? Well, mainly copyright infringement has to do with the idea that artists should be paid for their work. And if somebody uses their work in some way, shape, or form to make other art, then that artist who made the original work should still be paid for it. So I am going to take the side of the artist because I believe that the artist should be paid for their work. So that's how you choose your side. So I'm all for strengthening copyright so that the artist gets paid for their work. Now, that brings us to number 3. This probably is the hardest part, where you have to come up with at least 5 questions to help guide your essay. Now, this is the first time I've said this all year, but I'm going to go ahead and let you use this particular app. You can use ChatGPT to come up with your questions. You can't use it to write your essay, but you absolutely can use it to come up with your questions. Now, how do you do that? Well, the first thing you do is you look up ChatGPT. I'm pretty sure most of you know how to use it, not throwing shade, just being real. So here, you got to be careful with what you ask, because you need to be able to ask something that helps your research, right? So you want questions to come up that as you read, you can kind of answer. And in that way, you're helping formulate your essay, right? And you're helping gather information that will make your essay more detailed and make the reader understand what it is you're advocating for. So in this case, let's see what. Even better. About copyright. Don't worry, sound still works. What are some research questions that I can use to help guide my research for an argumentative essay about copyright infringement, advocating for the artists? Okay, see how specific this is? What are some research questions that I can use to help guide my research for an argumentative essay about copyright infringement, advocating for the artist? See, that's very specific. And yes, I know I use the word research multiple times, but you want to be specific here. All right. So I'm going to hit send message. And it's going to provide me with 10 excellent questions. Now, for example, how does copyright infringement impact the livelihood of artists, particularly in the digital age? What are ethical considerations surrounding copyright infringement? See, these are all great questions. At this point, what I would do, if you like all of your questions, well, even if you don't, I would go down here and I would click this little clipboard so you can copy it. I would come back over to your document, which is right here, and I would paste what you get. There you go. And that would be the entire thing. Now, if there's only a few of the questions that you actually want to use that you think are interesting that might actually drive your essay and you only want 5, that's perfectly fine. I would probably keep all 10, and the reason I would keep all 10 is because as you're researching and going through different sources, you might find answers to these questions, and it would make it all the more interesting for your essay. So once you're done with that, turn this into your Canvas assignment, and you are done. Plus, now you are equipped with questions to guide your research.